Welcome back.
Welcome
Everyone.
back to Bailing Simulator.
Building simulator.
Where I get bales.
So yeah, I'm doing that. So in between when we recorded last, I played just a little bit to try to get us some money. I only had 6 hours though, and so
It was not the required 6 to 8 a day.
right,
It
was
was
not.
needed.
It was not.
I'm kind of disappointed, dude.
And I guess I probably spent quite a bit. So I did hire a worker to mow that field over there. And you were right. Once it gets full, he just turns the flashers on.
Wait, he just sits there and turns the flashers on. He doesn't empty or anything like that.
No.
So he's
not
basically
empty.
just filling it up and sitting there and charging his money.
And that one is so small too that it fills up really fast. So it's not worth hiring a worker to pick up your shit. That's for sure.
That's a
I did hire a worker. I think I planted canola or soybeans in the one field. What I was going to do in between is just do lots of stuff that didn't require baling, so that I could just make money not baling. But
yeah, you didn't want to take away from my Bailing Simulator videos.
right. I did bale this field though, and I got that field over there ready to be baled.
I'm gonna have to ask for a 10% split of that ad revenue for any bailing related material that is on your channel.
Well, I did not record any of it. I just played, and in the midst of me playing, my daughter came along, very interested in this game. And so while I cooked dinner, she wanted to go exploring, so I let her play.
Oh, so she's been on the server.
I wanted to take a picture of her in here, just like, hey, I enlisted some. But yeah, she played for about 2 hours while I cooked dinner. And she went and found the sheep. She asked me what animals we had, and I told her we had sheep because she saw our chickens. And so she, on her own, found our sheep. And I come back a few minutes later, and she's got the chainsaw out, chainsawing the sheep. And I'm like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "How do you get to the wool, Daddy? I want the wool." So I was like, "Well, not with a chainsaw."
Well, did it work?
No, it did not, and luckily it didn't murder the sheep. That would have been the worst, to come in just a field of dead sheep as
Can you imagine
massacred with the chainsaw.
if that was built into this game? A field of dead sheep.
So yeah, my daughter's played 2 hours of Farming Simulator now. I wouldn't let her. She wanted to get in the vehicles. I wouldn't let her do that because I didn't want her to come back and just there were no vehicles. But I told her just like, you can walk anywhere you want to walk. You can go any foot. She tried to go into the mountains, but I guess there's no mountains that are actually in the map. That's all on the edges of the maps. So she was really upset about that.
So I just think it's funny that we played for many hours on this server, and she's on for 2 hours and is trying to murder our sheep. She's like gonna grow up and be a griefer.
She really just wanted to take off all the wool. I told him, I was like, they do it themselves. She's like, sheep can't take their own wools off, Daddy.
Well, she's smart. She knows. She knows there's some fallacy within this game. That's for sure. Sheep do not take their own wool. I don't think. I've never had sheep, but I'm pretty confident in all the movies I've seen somebody does it. Usually not with a chainsaw, but
no. Yeah, I can't imagine. I think that would end really badly if you tried to shear a sheep with the chainsaw. I imagine it'd be like, you ever see those people that like hold up an egg beater to their hair and then it just like tangles up really, really fast and really badly?
I mean, yes, I've seen them, but they're usually on YouTube videos for stupid people.
Right.
Is that what you're talking about?
I mean,
Okay.
that's what I imagine trying to chainsaw a sheep would be like.
I mean, I don't know. People are pretty good with the chainsaw when it comes to like doing your sculptures and stuff out of bushes.
Now, do you? Well, okay. I was thinking of ice when you first said. But do you think there's a special, like, that's not a normal chainsaw that they're doing ice sculptures with, right?
I mean, I don't know. I saw some of the house shows. They have a chainsaw guy come in and do some like old broken tree stumps in the yard and turn them into like works of art on the front with multiple different chainsaws, all of different sizes. I don't know if they're necessarily special chainsaws, except for that they're size so that they get the crevices and the detail they want. But I've never went and asked a guy like, hey, is that a special tree sculpting chainsaw?
Tell me about your saw, sir.
I'd like to know everything about your saw.
To date our videos, E3 came and went, and I don't know if you saw on Twitter or on Reddit.
Hold on.
There was this Twitch streamer that went to the Twitch party. You've been to a few Twitch parties in the past, so you know what it's all about. And apparently she didn't turn up the next day. Did you see any of this?
No.
So Twitch party comes and goes, and then the next day, like front page of Reddit, like in every gaming subreddit, like Microsoft, Nintendo actually deleted the thread. They were like, "This is Nintendo related."
It's like, fuck this missing person. We gotta sell some video games.
Right. This is not about Mario. Basically, there was people was freaking out, like, you know, she hasn't turned up. She had several panels to be on today. We haven't got any response from her or anything like that. And then fast forward like 12 hours, 15 hours later, apparently she left and went to casinos. And that's the other thing too. I can't think of any casinos in LA, so I don't know where she went. Like, I don't know if she went all the way to Vegas. There's got to be casinos closer than Vegas in California, but I don't know how far away from LA you have to go to a casino. I can't think of any casino in LA. But anyways, apparently her phone had died and she was at a casino, so there was nothing wrong with her. But the reason why I bring this up is, do you think there's any liability for any of these? You know, not just Twitch, but I mean, you've been to these parties, so you know what it's like. There's basically a lot of alcohol, and a lot of people that aren't. I mean, you got to think about the people they're Twitch streamers or whatever. They're not used to this environment of just all the free booze you can drink, and you know you've just turned 21. And what do you think about these type of events?
So I would definitely bet, I could almost guarantee to you that there is a liability, and that they have insurance coverage for that when they do throw their parties. I can almost guarantee that, especially Twitch and any Twitch parties that we go to, guaranteed they have insurance at probably $1 million plus a head. At my fraternity house, we were required to get $1 million liability insurance for any campus-wide parties we had, any official campus-wide parties that we had. And all these parties that you're referring to are like official parties for the convention. It's the different than the person, like the house party that somebody goes to.
Right.
So I can guarantee that, yes, they are liable in some way, shape, or form, but they have insurance to cover it if something goes wrong.
So
and
I mean, are they liable for what happens after the party? Are
so
they liable for the fact?
I guess it's kind of it's one of those questions. It's like a bar. Is a bar really liable for you drunk driving out of there? And the answer becomes yes.
Yeah, I mean, as someone that knows how the bartender's license works and everything, you actually.
But why is that? Because that's something being responsible for somebody who's leaving there. I do not check at a bar. I've never had somebody say, "I won't serve you until you can prove to me you have a DD." So what the hell do they care what I do when I leave, from the perspective of whether I'm driving or
they're supposed to.
Driving?
I mean, what I was taught was that we're supposed to cut you off whenever you can still drive. We have to assume no one has a DD, basically.
But that doesn't make any sense, because
it doesn't. That's what I never understood about any of them.
You can't serve me 2 beers then if there's the assumption that I'm driving home, because if I have 2 beers in quick succession, that could put me over the limit because you did them quick enough. So
you're supposed to judge based on how the person's acting, and I mean, like me personally,
and you're going to say no, as my liability insurance, my defense is going to be, well, I thought he was acting okay. My judgment call said that he could drive, so he shouldn't have gotten a DUI.
Right.
I mean,
that's the reason why I kind of bring this up too. Is who is liable here? Is it Twitch that's liable, or
I would bet it's
whoever?
I would bet it's whoever's throwing that particular event and party.
Okay, so now the bartender's absolved of their liability that they would normally have on a normal night.
Well, I don't know about that either, because if you're doing it at a venue and the bartenders there are the ones who are serving, maybe it still falls onto their liability, and maybe that's part of the venue cost is included in extra insurance for those type of events. I don't believe in it personally. Like, from my own personal opinion, if people want to go have a party and give out free alcohol, people could take advantage of that all I want. I should not be responsible if you overindulge and end up doing something stupid, or getting in an accident or something like that. That's not the fault of the person throwing the party, unless the party required you to slam shots of alcohol as admission.
Right. Well, I mean, that's why I've stopped. Like, ever since I got puked on, I would only go to these things in like any open bar party. I'm not going to stay long. I will leave early before
the open bar ones are the ones I stay at the longest.
See, I mean, I guess the first couple it was like, wow, this is really cool. But then after doing it a few times and after being puked on, it was like I don't want to be around once people that don't know their own limits have gone beyond them.
But
basically,
don't you remember the time when you didn't know your own limits?
I've only puked a few times, and I think I learned my limits very early. I guess working in a bar when you're 13, like I used to steal bottles of like Jack Daniels and stuff, and so I guess I learned my limits at a much younger age, and so I didn't get to this like 21 and open bar and doing stupid things. I guess I had an open bar at home early on and realized when I need to stop drinking.
They don't really call that an open bar at home, though. I mean, it's like you saying, no, this open bar is a cash bar. No, I'm going to go to my open bar at home.
yeah, and I got an open bar at home. So I guess then my next question is, all right, let's say that the worst had happened and this person had been like abducted or done something, gotten in the car with somebody she didn't know, or who knows, something terrible had happened. Do you think that'd be the last Twitch party?
I bet. Well, I think it depends on what happens afterwards, because if they get sued and end up having to pay out like a cash lawsuit or something like that, then yeah, for sure. Or they'd put in such different stipulations and regulations that nobody would want to go to it, because I almost guarantee the next Twitch party would be like, you get one drink on admission and then everything else is cash bar. And those bars that they were at, because they usually weren't completely open bar, at least the ones out in was it Cali or was it San Antonio? I don't remember. It was an open bar to the extent of, this might have been Seattle, actually. To the extent of your drinks could cost no more than $15.
Right.
But that only
included... They wouldn't serve me Long Islands, for example.
Right. They couldn't mix the streams, and all that stuff. So I just guarantee that'd probably be way more.
Even then, it depended on what band you had. Like, if you were a partner, you got one thing. If you were a guest, you got another.
That got a little ridiculous at the last party that I was at with them, actually, on how many different bands there were for the different groups of people and what it got you access to, and that was very strange.
Yeah, like what level you can go to on the building and all kinds of shit.
But yeah, I mean, you'll hear about it all the time at like college campuses and all. On ones that, because obviously at a college, when you think of a fraternity party, you're thinking of this random party the fraternity's throwing. It's not going to be sanctioned by the campus, it's going to be, this party that the fraternity has. And sure, we have those as well, but of course they were never called parties. They were invite only, of just friends hanging out type of deal. Our Pimps and Hoes nights were, that was just friends by invite only. But we did have the official campus-wides that you had to get your weekend scheduled with the school. The school actually kind of like advertised it a little bit, to the extent of you were the fraternity house having the campus-wide this weekend, and you had to have a liability clause of like prove to the school of, here's our insurance statement, everybody's covered at least $1 million a head, our bartenders are from this particular type of company that has their own insurance for this stuff. And so, but I mean, if something were to happen even at one of those, I guarantee the rules would have changed like instantly.
Like, I'm wondering if the rules are going to change from the just from what happened at this Twitch party.
Very well could. Just because people are so
everyone on Reddit was like, oh, she was super drunk. Everyone knows how these Twitch parties are. She was wasted.
Yeah, and now it's giving Twitch like a bad name, quote unquote, for anybody who's randomly reading about this girl that goes missing from the party, and they see that comments like that, they're like, oh, obviously Twitch is a bad influence on people. So now they get this bad stigma about them, even if it's not their fault, and they're really just trying to do something good and fun for the partners.
Right.
And that's kind of one of the problems I have with a lot of this stuff, is people need to take responsibility for their own actions and not be blaming everybody else. Granted, is there situations when things like this happen that you should then go through and look at the party, look at the way it was, and make sure you really did have everything in place to be as safe as it possibly could for the situation given? Yes, always look at those things and make sure that you're on the right track. But if not, especially since nothing happened and everybody's okay, I hope they don't go through and change stuff just because there was a scare because somebody went to a casino.
Right.
But yeah,
I agree.
I think I definitely think it's a lot of bullshit in today's society that people don't take responsibility for their own actions and other people suffer due to that while getting blamed on some random company or other person that was trying to do something, you know, friendly and nice, but you took it too far and therefore everybody now has to suffer for it.
Like, I think it's kind of weird too. Like, she was, you know, I didn't follow it very heavily, but I did kind of check in the next day to see what had happened.
Did they find her?
You what?
I said you're just checking the next day of. I wonder if they found her.
Right. And so I see, you know, the thread's been locked, and yeah, you know, she's reported in and all that. And it was funny too when she first reported in. Her friends were like, "That's not her. Her Twitter account's probably been hacked. We have no way of knowing that's her. She didn't show up to her panel." They kept bringing up this whole panel thing, and then so when the girl was like, "You know, I just wanted to check out and go to the casino," and then, like,
holy crap! You just went into Mr. Roboto mode. Are you auto-tuned on my side? I just filled up a bale of real straw because I'm so intrigued by your auto-tuning. I can't hear what you're saying. So, welcome back to Farming Simulator with Jeff and Robot Guude. And, or excuse me, Baling Simulator, Jeff and Robot Guude. And we'll be back after this technical break. I'm recording again.
Okay.
We'll see if it handles or not.
Do I sound terrible?
You sound pretty terrible, yeah. Yeah, pretty terrible.
Can we just call you in Skype?
Yeah, we can see if that works.
All right. See what's my internet or what?
All right. Hello?
Hello.
How do I, yeah,
Does
that
sound
sounds
any better?
That sounds fine. How do I exit out of a room in here?
Oh, my Skype must be set up wrong there. There's a little disconnect button down at the bottom left.
Well, I'm just gonna close and exit. Otherwise, I'll be talking two channels. This is the most professional video ever.
Always.
No, but you sound fine in here.
Huh. So weird. Yeah, there must be something wrong with the Discord. Honestly, the Minecraft Discord channel was not a partnered Discord channel, so maybe I should invite you to mine because I'm a Discord partner, and they have dedicated servers for the Discord partners.
Yeah, could be why.
Yeah, I think they use the cloud for non-partnered channels.
So, anyways, you found. Wait, what?
Yeah, so the next day, I checked in to see what had happened, and basically, whenever she first tweeted that, hey, I was fine, my phone died, I was at a casino, blah blah blah, her friends were like, this isn't confirmed, this is probably just hacked or whatever. We haven't actually talked to her. And also, I imagine, I just could see what's going on in her head too, because she's like tweeting like, I'm so embarrassed and the whole world's looking for me, and I was just hanging out at the casino. And so the people that are freaking out are probably like friends with quotes around them, as far as like, you know, they're friends, they probably work together, whatever, like, you know, like some of the people that we work with that we don't know that well, but
right,
we, you know, record with or whatever, but probably haven't met more than a few times. So she probably now hates these people too for like freaking out the entire world on her behalf. Well, she may not, I don't know, but that's what I've decided, that she's probably like, this fucking bitch had the whole world looking for me.
I mean, it's possible. Do you want to get into more of the possible crossing the boundary of like slander / libel? Damn it, I let this thing go up. Do you really think she was at the casino?
Well, I mean, I do think that I mean, yeah, that to me, honestly, what I think, here's my speculation as to what happened. Whether or not I have no knowledge of any of this. I don't know this person at all, and this is just a complete speculation. And there's no, yeah. I'm assuming I'm not.
So this is the facts, is what you're telling me. The exact facts of what happened, for sure, 100%. Gotcha.
As someone that's been to some of these Twitch parties and seen how the state at which people leave them, she probably left there very drunk. Maybe met someone, maybe not, and probably slept a lot of the next day with or without person that she may or may not have met there. That's what I imagine happened.
Oh, honestly. See, I would definitely agree that she probably slept through most of the next day and just missed her obligations because she was drunk / hungover and agreed with or without somebody. That's why I find it funny that what you're saying is that her statement was, "I'm at the casino." Like, is she saying that she's been at the casino since she left the party and like is still at the casino and like awake?
That was my understanding that statement. She did take a picture of her at a casino. So what I'm thinking is
dated 1998.
Right. Well, no, I wonder if she like got up and like ran. Like, I mean, that was the part that was confusing. It's like, when did she find out the world was looking for her, and then what did she do? I don't know. I guess I don't want to speculate too much on her behalf, but it did seem a little bit suspicious to me. But what I thought was so funny was people started calling her on it, like, what the fuck? You had panels to be at, and her response to that was, "It's always been my understanding if you're on a panel, it's optional if you show up."
Okay. let's be honest though. She said she's a Twitch streamer, probably like young.
Yeah, she looks like she's probably.
I do feel like the people who, in general, young people who are very popular Twitch streamers, might not necessarily have the concept of quote unquote what somebody like an older person would think of as professionalism, because their professional world is like gaming and doing whatever the hell they want. So I can actually buy that from a perspective of your whole world that you know in the professional life is playing video games and doing whatever the hell you want on your stream. So maybe you really did think that signing up for this shit was like, they wanted you to sign up for it because you're a popular streamer and you can or can't go if you want to or not. I can see somebody thinking that.
That's just, I don't understand how to be like that.
I completely agree with you. Like, I mean, I still work in an extremely, quote unquote traditional professional job where, I theoretically should be wearing a tie every day to work, but I don't because I just don't want to. And there's no real dress code that tells me I'm supposed to wear a tie to work, but most of the people that are in my type of positions either wear scrubs because they're going to be out on the floor, or they wear a tie. Right. Most of them actually wear suits when they're not in scrubs. And I literally am in a button-down shirt, which is fine. It looks good with my sleeves rolled up because I hate sleeves. I sit on all these executive councils, and I'm the only one. I'm the only one in there without either a tie or scrubs on for certain. Usually the only one in there without a suit coat, and I'm always the only one in there with rolled up sleeves.
Do you think they talk about you?
Probably.
Fucking Jeff.
I mean, some of them could, and but I'm one of those people that they all know because I always have to say stuff being in charge of the department I'm in charge of, and they at the same time know that they can't really do it without me right now. And that's I'm not bragging. They just don't have that. They don't have anybody else in the informatics role who's on that level. They know that I'm the only hope right now. Like, they can't just jump into my shoes and take it over because it's so different than the worlds that they live in. So it's one of those things where they might talk about me, but at the same time, they know that somebody like me is needed to do all this stuff. So I don't think they necessarily go away and they're like, fuck that guy, I won't wear a shirt, won't wear a tie. I think if it was really like that, they would have told me by now that I need to start wearing one.
I never understood that anyways. Like, I also don't understand the whole church thing where you have to be dressed a certain way to go to church. I feel like that goes. You could
have stopped that statement before you said that you have to be dressed a certain way. I don't get the whole church thing. But I mean, that's a different statement. But yeah,
I mean, from what the Bible says, it doesn't really go with what God or Jesus would. That it goes against what he said. Like, you don't treat people based on their outward appearance.
I mean, that's true. I guess I worked for Ford Motor Company, and there was a big push at Ford in the executive suites to have people have it just be jeans day every day, because we had Fridays were casual Fridays. You could wear like jeans, t-shirts, whatever, and there was a real big push to make it every day, because the whole argument by the people that were running this was, if I need to get a new database platform, do I have to dress up in a shirt and tie to go to Oracle and say, can I please buy your product? No,
Right.
like we're not out there to impress the people in the office. The people in the office are all the people who are making a product for the customers, which is a car. You know, which people aren't coming into the corporate office to buy the car. They're going to their dealerships where they might need to put out that professional outward appearance because that's where the customers directly interface. But
Yeah.
so it's one of those situations where, yeah, I don't necessarily think somebody needs to wear a shirt and tie all the time either. I don't go into work looking sloppy. I mean, I still look professional. I just am not the upper tiered professional look of shirt, tie, suit coat, etc. I find it funny that FBI agents, maybe this is just on TV, but they have to wear suits when you watch all those movies and they're running down the street after a criminal in a suit and like dress shoes. Why?
Every time I've seen James Comey, that's how he's dressed. I mean, I guess he's unemployed now.
That just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I do wear dress shoes a lot, but they're actually dress shoes that were made for the fire department, so they're meant to be worn. And if I ever know I'm going to be doing a lot of walking, I'm wearing my normal business casual attire with tennis shoes because I need to be able to physically walk around without like tearing up my feet.
Right.
And that's like seen as an acceptable thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't understand. I don't like. I mean, like from like a woman's point of view, I don't understand like stockings and stuff either. Like, who the hell wants their legs encased in like a sausage?
So that's actually really big in the nursing profession.
Is there a reason?
Yes, compression stockings help stop varicose veins for people who stand on their feet all day long.
Okay.
So I lost like mouse control to move my camera view. There it goes. Oh, that was weird. I got it back by hitting the right click. Something got stuck on my keyboard, I guess.
Oh no!
Why? That's so wasted money. I was kidding. I need to get some of the... Oh, did we plant those other two fields, or are they completely unplanted?
One field is planted, the other one is not.
Oh.
I did grab everything, but we don't have an extra tractor for me to go plant it right now.
Oh, that's okay, okay. I can get this one of them started on getting planted, and then... Oh, we don't have any extra tractor to go do anything with the sheep either, do we? Because we need one of these tractors for that, huh?
Yeah, and we can't buy the cheapest one because it needs to have a front hitch, and the cheapest one doesn't have that.
No, but you that's what you take to the... Remember that was the problem we had at the beginning? You take that to the shop and get it customized.
Oh.
Because none of our tractors had it either. Actually, the red one is the only one that has it right now.
Oh. I just thought... Okay.
You thought wrong.
I did.
You say soybeans is what we've been planting?
I planted canola, I think, in this one field, and I was going to plant soybeans. But
Right.
I mean, now that we're here doing the baling and stuff, I think we should just...
Soybeans do... Oh, do they not do...
No.
Okay, hold on.
The only thing it does is the wheat and the rattle.
I thought there was 3 that did it.
No.
Oh, rattlesnake it is. Let's do lower.
We need to sell a lot of shit. Like our silo holds 150,000, I think is what it is by looking at it, or maybe it's 200,000. But we have over 100,000 of worth of stuff in it, I believe.
So we could probably sell a lot of that stuff and get... And how many more bales do you have to sell over there?
Let's say I need to wrap what's left, actually.
Wait, what is... Is this tractor not designed to pull this thing? Were I supposed to pull this with the red one?
No, that one works.
It's going really slow.
It does go slow up that hill.
Oh, come on, buddy.
Yeah, I can't wait. We need to get about... I mean, honestly, maybe we should just plant... I mean, you've already started that one. But in the big field over here, maybe we should plant soybean or canola. And just try to go through a couple day cycles here. That'll give us our sheep a chance to grow too.
Oh, that's true. That's true. And not worry about waiting to bale, because baling takes a long time and stops everything else from growing.
Yeah, that's what's taking so long. It's just getting the shit baled. So yeah, do that. Get a bunch of shit planted. Force it through some day cycles.
Hire a bunch of workers.
I'm curious what an entire pallet of stuff will sell for.
Of wool?
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't it tell you right in that menu what it sells
Well, see,
for?
I don't think that's a pallet it's showing. I think that's a liter. I don't know how many liters are in a pallet.
Oh, the standard conversion of liters to pallets, Guude.
I think it's 2. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, that's why I'm curious. Like, I don't think we can tell by that number what we're gonna get for the whole pallet. Because I think you can go sell what's over there now, like the partial pallet.
I mean, yeah, we might be able to, but I would like to have it.
Yeah, no, I want to get a whole pallet and sell it and see what we
if
get.
the one pallet fills up, will another one just start?
Yeah. I think
So-
there's enough room there for 4.
Okay, so as long as we keep room for only 3 full pallets, we can. Oh my God, maybe my internet is going bad. Though I can hear you fine. My tractor is just like clipping.
You can see your connection to the server down the bottom. That's what that number is inside your map. That whatever MS.
26.
That's your ping. Does it go red for a second every once in a while?
Nope.
Oh.
Is
Yeah,
yours-
I've had it happen where like it goes red and the tractor basically stops and then starts again.
My tractor's definitely like being really jittery, but it's kind of weird. I have no idea how long this video has been between the
Right. Well, we've been about 33 minutes. I guess we can stop here. Maybe you can reconnect.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's all I wanted to do is try to reconnect and see what's going on here. All right, guys.
So, see you guys next time.
See you.